Dada Sham, everybody, welcome. Welcome to another Silver Sunday. Virtual it may be, but yet at least we can have our Silver Sundays. Today we have again a good packed event. We have got Sarita Ramchandani Jaswani. She's a dentist, Dr. Sarita Ramchandani Jaswani. She's a dentist, and she's going to be talking about dental hygiene for our seniors. Following that, we have a magician, Bharat Patel. He's going to do a magic show for us. But to start off with, we will start with our usual prayers. We shall start with 3 Gayatri mantras, and then we will have the 3 Trayambaka Mahamrityunjaya mantra. So please, even though you're on mute, do join me in reciting these mantras. Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayan Om Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayan Om Bhurbhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayan Om Shanti 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 Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Shanti 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 Dada Sham, everybody. So I am going to introduce Dr. Sarita Ramchandani Jaswani. What do I talk about Sarita? She is our daughter. And I will talk a bit in Sindhi because I know her grandparents very well. Sarita is the granddaughter, I say a poti of Vimla Ramchandani. Vimla is a regular attendee of our Silver Sunday for many years, and Sarita is her granddaughter. But I'm sure everybody knows Dada Shevakram Mirpuri and Auntie Hura Mirpuri. They are her Nana and Nanis. They were her Nana and Nanis. Late Uncle Shevakram Mirpuri and late Auntie Hura Mirpuri. So Sarita is our daughter of this community, and she is a renowned dentist. She actually manages a dental practice with her dad, Tikam Ramchandani, and her lovely mother also helps out, Neshta. We also know her as Pushu Ramchandani. So here we go. We have our lovely daughter who's actually going to explain to us how we can manage our teeth and how we can clean our teeth. And any of y'all, if you have any questions for Sarita, I think after her talk, we will have 15 minutes where y'all can ask her for questions. Please, you all can unmute yourselves. So if you have a question, just write it out, be prepared. So in the last 15 minutes, you can unmute yourself, and one by one, we will allow you all to ask her the question, and then she will respond back. I must also say, Sarita has a dental practice in Edgware. It's called the Edgware Dental Practice. And from what I have read on her reviews, oh my God, it's a 5-star shining practice. A lot of her patients had to say some lovely things about her. They said Sarita is excellent. She's knowledgeable, professional, and her recommendations are amazing. A lot of them have said that she makes them feel very comfortable when she's treating them. She also takes a lot of care, the aftercare regime. She explains exactly what the problem is, what the treatment will be, and how she is actually going to treat them. So without taking much time, because Sarita, I can keep going on singing praises of you because your reviews that I have read are amazing. But I would let you now speak to our seniors and shine for yourself. Welcome, Sarita.
Okay, great. That was a really very, very, very kind introduction. So thank you so much. I'm not sure I deserve that much praise, but thank you. So bear with me, because as you know, I'm used to talking to people face to face. So technical things are not my forte, but hopefully I'm going to do us all proud today. I will do my best to speak as slowly as possible. I know sometimes people say I speak a bit quickly. So just right. Are we up and running? Can everybody see a little curtain that says Dr. Sarita? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
so that's me. I don't need to introduce myself. Auntie's done an amazing introduction. So as I said, I'm used to speaking to people face to face, and I've said to Auntie Varsha that when our senior citizen Silver Sundays commence eventually at SVC, I'm more than happy to come in again and give you a more detailed talk or be there for question and answers anytime. So if you have any kind of dental queries, when things are up and running back at SVC, I'm more than happy to be there. But for now, it's going to be Zoom. So I'm going to do my best and try and explain everything. So as Auntie said, I'm a truth indie. I went and joined the family business, and my dad's a dentist, and we have a clinic. And what I wanted to kind of say is I've been a dentist for 15 years, and I do a range of treatments, but actually at the heart of all of the treatments that we do, prevention, and encouraging people to look after their teeth from when they're little babies is at the forefront of what we do. So it's not necessarily just about making them look beautiful, but actually the pivotal thing and the foundation of everything that we do is making sure that we're kind of giving that preventative advice from very early on so that we can keep your teeth till when we get an older. So teeth, obviously, as you know, we start having them from where, and as we get older, our teeth change. We go from having little teeth to then grown-up teeth and adult teeth. And it's quite a common misconception to assume that our teeth for life, but it's a common misconception to assume that just because we get older, because I hear this all the time in clinic, oh, I'm old, that's why my teeth are falling out. Oh, I'm old, that's why my gums are bleeding. Oh, I'm old, that's why I need to have fillings. That actually couldn't be further from the truth. So looking after your teeth and implementing day-to-day things, which is what I'm going to talk about now, is going to prevent your teeth from becoming loose, hopefully, and prevent you from needing fillings and stuff like that. So as I said, losing teeth or teeth becoming loose or bleeding gums or needing fillings is not necessarily an automatic assumption just because we get older. As we get older, there is increasing risk to our dental health. And what I'm going to talk about is the common things that can be an issue as we get older. So I'm going to talk about the first thing, which is basically what we can do to look after our teeth. Now, the number one reason why people go to the dentist, or kind of what prompts them to go to the dentist in the first place, is because they've got a hole in their teeth. they've got tooth decay. And it's important to understand that tooth decay, as I've said already, isn't just an automatic thing that will happen to you because you get older. It really is a scientific thing. So when you mix bacteria with sugar, you will get a hole in your tooth. So we need to know how we're going to prevent getting so much bacteria, but also dietary advice to make sure, because you will only get a hole when these two things mix together. Otherwise, you're not getting a hole. So that's an important concept to understand. So number one, brushing your teeth twice a day. It really is important. It's as important as having a daily shower. I say this to all of my patients. You must brush your teeth. People sometimes ask me when's the best time to brush your teeth. The answer is as soon as we wake up in the morning, so before we eat our breakfast, and the last thing we do before we go to bed. So brush your teeth as soon as you wake up and just before you go to sleep, because the stuff that I've shown you in that image there, which is that plaque, that sticky stuff, that bacteria, we need to be cleaning that. And once a day is not enough. It's always got to be twice a day. Sometimes people say to me, should I brush my teeth after every meal? You don't need to do that. Really, just 2 minutes, which is what I'm talking about. 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes in the evening. That's all we need. And, you know, if we add a bit of tongue cleaning in there, we're literally talking about 5 minutes of your daily routine to actually help keep hold of your teeth. In the grand scheme of things, when you think how long we're spending so many other things, 5 minutes, I hear from people, oh, it takes too long. No, it's 5 minutes a day. That's all I'm asking for. 5 minutes a day from my patients to keep your teeth in your mouth. There's also an increasing trend, and I noticed this among some of my older patients, to switch to things like fluoride-free toothpastes or herbal toothpaste, or maybe toothpaste that are not so minty. That's fine, but you must always, always make sure that your toothpaste has got fluoride in it. Fluoride is basically responsible for the number of people having dental problems compared to the 1960s. So now it's the number one thing that has reduced the amount of dental decay. Our diets are definitely no better than they were in the 1960s. They're actually much worse. But overall, we have much healthier teeth, and it's all because of this stuff, fluoride. So please, whatever toothpaste you pick up, I don't mind what brand it is, but just make sure that it's got this fluoride in, because that's really, really important to making your teeth strong and protecting against dental decay. The other thing that I see is toothpaste adverts are very clever. They make you put like a whole line of toothpaste. You don't need to do that. You really only need to be using a pea-sized amount of toothpaste. So just a small amount of toothpaste, but just making sure that it's got the fluoride in it. Another common thing that I get asked is, what's better, sweetie? Is it better to use a manual toothbrush or an electric toothbrush? My feeling has always been electric toothbrushes. What we find as we get older as well, in particular, is that maybe the dexterity in our hands is not so good. Some of us in fact, we're going to weaken as we get a little bit older. Some of us might be suffering from conditions like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and that can make it really difficult to actually grip onto a toothbrush. And if you look at this, this is just an example of an electric toothbrush, but it's got a nice firm handle, so that's going to be much easier for a lot of you to hold on to. And I'm going to show you obviously how to use this electric toothbrush in a minute, but it's doing the hard work for you. I use an electric toothbrush. I'm half most of your age. I've been using an electric toothbrush for however many years. My children are 3 and 6. They use electric toothbrushes. So my number one recommendation is just use an electric toothbrush. It's taking the hard work out of it for you. The rotation motion, which I'm going to show you in a moment, is always going to remove more bacteria from your teeth. That's not my opinion. That's scientific research. As I said already, they're easier to hold because of the nice thick handle. So if we don't have so much strength in our fingers, in our hands, and our wrists, that's going to be much easier for you. They've also got timers. The average person in the UK spends 37 seconds brushing their teeth. 37 seconds is not enough to clean our teeth. We need to be doing a full 2 minutes. And so all the good electric toothbrushes have timers on, which will basically, you start it and they'll stop after 2 minutes, or they'll at least notify you. And some of the better ones actually divide that into 30 seconds. So you're spending an equal section, you're spending an equal amount of time in each section of your mouth. And this is actually a really important thing. Our mouths get a little bit smaller. Again, scientific. As we get older, a lot of us, our jawbone actually narrows. So the amount of space in our mouth compared to maybe 30 years ago isn't the same. So because the brush head, as you can see,
Sorry, everyone, it looks like Sarita's just frozen for a moment, so we'll try and get her back on.
again. Okay, sorry, I just froze there. Anjali, where are we in the presentation? Do you mind just...
So you're right back at the beginning.
Let me just quickly go ahead. Sorry about that. By the way, am I speaking too fast, or is this okay for everyone? Sorry?
It's fine, thank you.
Yeah, what I was saying was, can we hear me? Is everything okay, Anjali?
Yes, we can hear you. We can see your presentation. Yeah,
so what I was
thank you.
saying is that our jawbone gets a bit narrow, so actually using a nice small brush head is much easier to get in our mouth. And another thing that we see as people get older, they think the harder you scrub, harder you brush, the cleaner your teeth are going.
So Sarita, we can't hear you again. I don't know whether you can hear us.
Am I back now? Yeah.
Yes, you're back now. We just don't have a visual, but no, that's fine as long as we can hear you. Thank you.
Can you see my screen sharing? It says
we can see your screen. We just can't see you, but that's okay.
That's okay. Don't worry. As long as you can hear me, that's fine.
Thank you.
So these are kind of some of the advantages. Now, at this point, I was going to do an
Sarita, we've lost you again.
Anjali, can I just ask, is it from my end? Is it the internet connection on my end? Because then I can move to closer to my internet router.
If you wouldn't mind, is it everybody else also cannot see or hear Sarita, or is it just me?
No, we also can't see her.
Okay, so I think
can't see her.
Likewise.
Yeah, I think Sarita, perhaps if I do the screen sharing, then that might help your screen. So if you just bear with me a second.
Let me shut this down then, sorry.
No, that's okay, thank you.
So I will stop share.
If I do the sharing.
I can also move. I've got like 3 boosters in my house. So I was you're all right. So apologies.
That's okay. So.
Okay, so I stopped screen sharing. Can everyone hear me again? Or no?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
You can't see me. So let me. I can see everyone. I don't know.
Okay, that to be fair, I'm now sharing.
Now? Can you see me now?
No, but I've now started sharing. Can everyone see the slide that says electric toothbrush demo? But maybe we'll skip that part and go to the next slide.
See me. The only thing is I can't see the slide.
Okay. Do you know what? Do you want to
I come out and come in again?
Yeah, do you want to leave and come back? And Auntie Russia, shall we can play a short video?
Okay.
Right now. So yeah, if you want to just do that, Sarita. And then we'll play a short video. Just one moment.
when you talk about silence, one of the normal complaints of a lot of people is that there are too many thoughts going on at one time in my head. In each person.
There is the wandering of the mind.
Yes. So without the mind becoming still, silence would be very difficult to achieve.
There is no.
That's what. So how do you make the mind still?
Apart from being difficult, there is no silence at all.
So how do you reach that stage?
One of the easiest ways of bringing the mind to be silent is take up one thought, one idea, one word, keep on repeating it. What doth it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Take up one thought, keep on repeating it over and over again. Try to dive deep into the depths of the meaning of the words which you are uttering. You will find after some time your mind has wandered away. All you have to do is to lovingly never fight the mind, because the mind is a very strong adversary. You can't fight it. Lovingly bring the mind back to the thoughts that you, by telling it how happy you were, how happy I was when we were diving deep into the meaning
of the word,
of those words. Let us continue. I think if you practice this exercise for a period of 6 months, you will find that you are able to have a steadfast mind. The difficulty is that we find the mind wandering for a week, 2 weeks, then give it. That we shouldn't do.
So keep at it.
Just 6 months, I think, would be enough to make the
mind still.
Yes. And unless and until the mind becomes steady, there is no other solution. You cannot sink deeper within yourself unless the mind cooperates with you. They say there are 3 types of grace. There is the grace of God, which is on all of it.
True.
There is the grace of the Guru.
Yes.
But there is self-grace. Grace of one's own mind. This is very important.
True. You have spoken about the importance of silence. Number of masters have kept on insisting that be silent. Silence is most important. Why? What does it do?
We have been moving along a path.
Okay.
There are 3 types of journeys.
Okay.
We are in the first journey, the journey away from God.
Okay.
Where I was yesterday, Today, I have gone a little further away from. Now, this journey away from God is to become a journey back to God.
True.
We have to take a U-turn. That U-turn, I believe, is silent. And that's how it appears to me. Without that silence, that touch of silence, we cannot turn back.
Thank you, everybody. We'll now restart with Sarita.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I apologize. I don't know what happened there. So are we... Anjali,
I'll just share from
you just let me know when you started screen sharing so I can see.
Yes, give me 1 second. So you should be able to see the slide now. So this is slide 17 that we started from.
Yes, okay, good. Right, great, thank you so much. So what I'll do, can everyone see me? Oh, yeah, there I am, okay, good. So I just want to just quickly show you how an electric toothbrush works, because it can be quite daunting when you go into the shops and there are electric toothbrushes on the shelves, and there are electric toothbrushes that are £20, and there are electric toothbrushes that are £250. And how do you know which is the best one, to get? What I say is you don't need to spend that much money. You definitely don't need to be spending £250 on an electric toothbrush. You want to make sure a couple of things. So the brand that we recommend, and the most common brand, is one by Oral-B. And the reason is it's got this kind of emotion. Hopefully you can all see that rotation. I can't achieve that level of rotation and that power just using a manual toothbrush alone. So something simple that goes on and off. Sometimes people worry, oh, the brush is going to be too hard, it's going to hurt my teeth. The good news is they come with different brush heads. And again, you can get soft brush heads, harder brush heads, ones for sensitive. And these are about £3.50 that you change each time, because that's another thing. People say, oh, electric toothbrushes, they're so expensive. But actually, once you've got your units, this is really inexpensive to keep replacing. So that motion of kind of holding it and that power, you are not going to get just with manual toothbrushing alone. And this applies to people of all ages, like I've said already. It's really important when you are doing the brushing to make sure that you're brushing your teeth, and then also you're brushing your gums. A lot of people, again, when they see blood, when they brush their teeth, they get nervous, because when we see blood or something hurts, we stop. But actually, that's the opposite of what you need to be doing. If you see bleeding, if things are uncomfortable, keep going, keep going, keep going, because gums that are weak are gums that bleed. Gums that are strong shouldn't actually bleed. So if you ever see bleeding when you're brushing your teeth, please don't be nervous, please don't stop. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, and that will strengthen your gums as well. Okay? Just while we're on the topic of dexterity, I found a few things just in my house which can help. I know, and obviously this talk is too short and we're limited for time, but I know dentists you'll go to your dental visit and they'll say, oh, yeah, brush your teeth twice a day, floss, use your interdental brushes, thank you very much. But actually, that's not so easy. So again, there are such good things. This, again, I just picked this up from Boots. This is actually just a handle with the floss already in there. So again, really easy for some of you, where they show you that, you know, with the string and put it around your fingers. And that's not that easy for a lot of us to do, right? It's easy for me, but that's not easy for 95% of the population. So look out for things like this, easy handle with some floss in. Another mistake that I find particularly with the older generation, they love to use toothpicks all the time. Toothpicks are great, but they're used incorrectly can actually damage your teeth. So again, you'll see things like this. This is, again, really easily available from the supermarket, from your chemist. Can we see that clearly? That's actually like a nice rubber coated thing that's much gentler, much easier to go between your teeth. And they come in different sizes that correspond to the size of your gaps. So one thing that is inevitable, as we get older, food will definitely get stuck between our teeth. We can't avoid that. Teeth move, teeth drift, spaces will appear between your teeth, which is why in every restaurant, every good restaurant anyway, you'll find a toothpick. So if you find that food is getting stuck between your teeth, don't reach for a cocktail stick or a toothpick. Get something like this, which is much kinder and much easier on your teeth and much gentler. And I'm happy to make an email later on if you want it with some of my recommendations. Okay, right, let me see. Anjali, I'm so sorry. So I can see my face, but I can't see the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I switched the screen sharing off so that people could see you. So okay. I'll start again now.
Thank you so much. So let's go back. So hopefully you're finding some of these tips quite useful. Yep, so like I said, brush your gums. Even if they're bleeding, just keep brushing. We can go on to the next one. It's also important, people don't realize this because we were brought up, I was brought up, that when you brush your teeth, once you've brushed your teeth and your toothpaste is foamed in your mouth, to use a bowl of water, use water in your hand and really gargle all that toothpaste out. The research again has shown, do not do that, because remember I talked about fluoride. That fluoride is going to help you and strengthen your teeth. So after brushing, we now advocate just spitting the extra toothpaste out, but not using any water to rinse it out, because that fluoride will stay on your teeth and help strengthen it. Next slide. So look, okay, good. So some people think that just brushing your teeth is enough. And I know a lot of people have really struggled to get to the dentist, A, because we were closed during the first lockdown. And also B, a lot of my elder patients were vulnerable. And some of them actually didn't feel safe going to the dentist. But now that obviously the vaccination is going and dental practices are very, very safe places to be, we are impeccable, not just our practice, every dental practice is really highly trained on keeping their premises really clean and sterile. Brushing is great, but it's not always enough. So what will happen over time is you will get this hardened layer on your tooth known as calculus, and that's basically dead bacteria that's sitting on your teeth. And it is really important to go to your dentist a minimum of twice a year, your dentist or a hygienist, and actually get that calculus, that hard stuff cleaned off, because all the brushing in the world is not going to get rid of that. That has to be professionally removed by a dentist or a hygienist. But it goes without saying, the better you brush your teeth, the less calculus and tartar and not so nice stuff you'll have on your teeth. But it's just about sort of maintaining regular visits. And as I said, don't be afraid to go to your dentist now. They are incredibly safe places to be, and we are all open and operating as normal, but just spending a bit longer on each appointment so that we can clean and disinfect the surgery so that it's safe for you to be in. Next slide, please. This is another question I get. A lot of us use tongue cleaners. A lot of my older generation, especially in India, they love these tongue cleaners. Absolutely no issue with using a tongue cleaner at all. You don't have to go out and buy a special tongue cleaner. Even just using your toothbrush on your tongue and giving it a good clean is more than sufficient. What I would say is keep an eye on that tongue cleaner, because sometimes I see people that have had their tongue cleaner for like 6 years, 7 years. Just make sure you are changing your tongue cleaner regularly, disinfecting it regularly, and just making sure that everything's clean, which is why personally I just prefer to use my toothbrush, because I know my toothbrush head I'm going to be changing every sort of 3 to 6 months. Those tongue cleaners, I've seen them there for years and years and years, and that's not so clean. Okay, next slide, please. Right, I'm sure I don't need to harbour this point home because you're probably all aware, but sugar, like I said earlier in my slide, sugar and bacteria is what makes holes. But what I'm going to do, if we run through a few slides, Anjali, is just talk about a really useful app that some of you may actually want to download. on your phone. It's completely free. And so this is just talking about the decaying process. So if you see here where it says scan the barcode, some of you may or may not have heard about this. It's called the food scanner. Again, it's completely free. It's called the Change for Life food scanner. And what's so useful about it, hopefully you can see what I'm going to do. I'll just show you a very quick demo. Some of the snacks which look quite innocent are not always that innocent. So what this food scanner does is it basically allows you to scan certain food products and actually just check how much fat, how much sugar, how much salt, and we're all watching our weight nowadays. We're all watching our sugar intake. So I recommend this to all of my patients, young and old. So if I show you, this is basically what it will look like when you open the app. And you would take like a snack. Here's just like a little banana snack, a kind of loaf. And sometimes we're not sure, is that healthy or not? So all you would do is just scan it, as I'm doing now, okay? It will say, and then basically it will tell you if that's a good choice and also give you like a breakdown of how much sugar and salt. So I find this really useful, as I said, for people of all ages, not just elder people, even like my children. They might say to me, oh, is that a good snack? Well, how much sugar is there in that cereal or that yogurt that looks really innocent? Using this food scan app is particularly useful because it gives you a good idea of what's in each of your food products.
The next slide is your video on how to download it.
Don't worry, we can get rid of that, that's fine. Do you want to do the video? Does everyone want to see? You can see how to download it. Yeah, go on, Anjali, play. It's only about 10 seconds. So this is just a little quick video I made.
So you would find the app in your app store, get the product or the food that you want to scan. There'll be a barcode on it, which you scan as follows. And then you get a traffic light system telling you how many cubes of sugar there is and also fat and salt.
So I just find that particularly useful, not just for protecting your teeth, but actually just for overall, like our overall health. So kind of have a download, have a play with it. I've actually found it quite useful. I've popped up on the screen some useful breakfast ideas. Some of the cereals can actually have a surprising amount of hidden sugars in it. So start your meal correctly. These are some kind of low sugar breakfast ideas. And then on the next slide, I also talk about snacking. We've all been at home an incredible amount this year with lockdown and COVID, and we've seen in our patients, things have gone two ways. Either they've become really super fit and healthy and health conscious, or sadly, in the vast majority of cases, they've put on weight, they've gone to their snack cupboard more than they should because we've been sitting at home. So I kind of just wanted to make a slide to highlight some really healthy snack ideas, which you can see up on the screen. Again, really good for your teeth, really good for your health. I keep these in my house mandatory at all times. So the minute my kids or myself or anyone feels like a snack, this is hopefully what we want to be reaching for, not that biscuit or that rich tea or that Swiss roll or, you know, that sweet or whatever it is. Okay, next one, please. So same with drinks. Again, I don't need to go without saying it. Water, 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 water is your best friend. A cup of tea is absolutely fine as well. You know that sugar in tea can be a little bit damaging to your teeth. What a lot of people don't realize is actually a frequent intake of sugar that rots your teeth. So for example, somebody that has 1 cup of tea a day with 3 sugars in is going to have less dental problems than somebody that has 4 cups of tea a day with half a sugar in. Does that make sense? So it's the frequency, so the number of times that you're putting sugar into your diet. So what do I say to all my patients? Cup of tea, cup of coffee, absolutely fine. Keep your sugar minimal, keep the number of teas and coffees you have a day minimal, and just make water and milk your very best friends because they are really good for your teeth. Yes. Okay, so it's not uncommon as we get older for some of us to be wearing artificial teeth, and the most common artificial teeth or tooth replacement in the UK at the moment is dentures. Of course, there are people with bridges, there are people with implants, but I'm just going to cover some basics of dentures because a lot of older people are wearing dentures, and that might be dentures where they replace all of your teeth or dentures where they just replace a few of the missing teeth. And I thought it was useful just to go over some ways that we can look after cleaning our dentures, because if we go on to the next slide, not cleaning your dentures can actually lead to fungal and bacterial infections of your palates, which is not so good for us. I'm just going to run over about 5 tips on how to look after dentures if you're wearing them and if this is applicable to you. So the first one is, don't use your toothbrush. Buy a denture cleaning brush. These are readily available, again, from the supermarket, from Amazon. They cost about £5, if that, and cold water. So do not think that you need to put some toothpaste on a brush and scrub your denture. Just cold water and a denture cleaning brush. Toothpaste will actually abrade the plastic or the metal much quicker, and your denture will not last so long. So make sure that we're using a denture cleaning brush with just cold water. The other thing that happens a lot is people wash their dentures over their sink. And what happens? They lose control, they drop their denture snaps, and then they're having to go to their dentist to get it repaired. I always say to my patients, if you're going to clean your denture, either put a towel down and clean it on the side over a towel, or fill your basin up with water and clean it like that. Don't clean it over an empty sink, because we see time and time again, people are dropping their dentures and breaking it, and that can be inconvenient and expensive to fix. The next one is to use denture cleaning tablets. Again, very inexpensive and available from supermarkets, chemists. And what you want to be doing is getting like a denture cleaning box with one of these tablets and just letting it fizz. A mistake that some people make is they put the denture in a dish with water, and they let they leave that tablet in there all night. Don't do that. Follow the instructions on the box. Most of them, the actual soaking is about 3 to 5 minutes. So you would take your denture out before you go to sleep at night, put the tablet in the container, and just let it fizz away for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then you want to get, on the next slide, we talk about the denture cleaning box and just wrapping your denture in a wet tissue. You do not need to soak it in water overnight. That actually will weaken your denture in the long term. So just once you've cleaned your denture with that denture cleaning tablet, get a wet kitchen towel, wet toilet tissue, I don't mind. Just wrap it up and keep it in a nice box overnight. Okay, next one. Denture glue. This is, again, a very common question that I get. Is it safe? What happens if I swallow some? Hopefully you shouldn't be swallowing a lot of denture glue. If you do, don't worry, it is safe. But it is absolutely safe to use these denture glues. And they're actually really useful and helpful, and they can actually prevent a denture from feeling so sore, and also give you just that improved confidence when you're putting your denture in. You don't need to use a lot. If you go on the internet, companies like Polygrip, companies like Fixodent, which are like 2 of the most popular brands in the UK, they have lots and lots of really useful advice and video demos on exactly where to put denture adhesive, how much to use to make sure that it's safe and okay. Just make sure that every night that you take your dentures out and that you really clean all of the glue off, ready to go for the next day. Yep, next one. So common mistakes that people make, and I'll just run through those very quickly. Like I said, do not use toothpaste, do not use whitening toothpaste, just cold water, a brush, and those denture cleaning products. People sometimes see their dentures discolor over time, and they think, oh, I know what I'll do. I've got that bleach under the kitchen sink. I'm going to soak my denture in a bit of bleach. Do not do that. Do not do that. You're going to weaken your denture, you're going to break your denture, and definitely don't use boiling hot water. Just cold water with a brush with those denture cleaning tablets is more than sufficient to keep your denture nice and clean and to stop you from getting any kind of bacterial and fungal infections in your mouth. Okay, next one, sensitive teeth. We get a lot of a lot of patients, it's not just something that affects older people, it actually affects almost, I think the latest stat was that 70% of the population suffer from some kind of sensitivity in their mouth. It is important to kind of establish what is causing that sensitivity in the first place, because there can be so many things varying from just a bit of gum recession to a dental hold, to where our teeth are wearing as we're getting older. But in the first instance, what I ask patients to try is just a good desensitizing toothpaste. And rather than just brushing with the toothpaste, I've got some examples on the next page, rather than just brushing with the toothpaste, actually get the toothpaste on your finger, rub it into your teeth before you go to bed, and go to sleep with some of that toothpaste on your mouth. So try that, because that's surprisingly effective. If the sensitivity is still persisting, then obviously make an appointment to see your dentist. But in the first instance, if you're getting a bit of sensitivity and you're at home and you're not sure what to do, Anjali, if we just go to the next slide, both Sensodyne and Colgate have really good, Anjali? Yes, both Colgate and Sensodyne are really, really good brands. So you take the toothpaste, put it on your finger in the same way that you'd rub a cream into like a rash on your skin, rub the toothpaste onto your teeth and go to sleep with it on your teeth. And I would recommend doing that for 2 weeks. So these are two very good brands to help with sensitivity. And if your sensitivity is persisting, then obviously make an appointment to see your dentist to see what other possible causes there may be. Next slide, please. Okay, so I've got 2 more topics to talk about, but I'm going to run through it because I'm conscious that you all want to hear the magician and not necessarily my voice. Okay, dry mouth. Dry mouth means that you've got a much more reduced saliva flow. And as we get older, fact, the saliva flow will reduce in our mouth, but actually what makes the problem much, much worse is medication. And so many of the medications that my patients are on as they get older cause dry mouth. So medication for things like blood pressure, for cholesterol, these are medications that can cause the amount of saliva in your mouth to reduce. So it's really important, if you are noticing that, discuss that with your dentist, because there are things that we can do to help stimulate saliva flow in our mouth. Saliva is really important because of the antibacterial properties it has in it. So if you do find yourself suffering from a dry mouth or reduced saliva flow, please talk to your dentist. But here are some tips that we can do in the meantime to help with your saliva flow. So the first one, Anjali, is this. So these are over the counter, really easy to buy. You can get them again from chemists, supermarkets. There are moisturizing mouth sprays, as I've shown on the screen, and also good mouthwashes. Make sure that you're using a mouthwash that is for dry mouth, not just a generic mouthwash that you buy over the counter, because some mouthwashes can actually do the opposite. So do make sure that when you go, maybe speak to your pharmacy, speak to your chemist, and get a spray or a mouthwash that's specifically for dry mouth, not just any old mouthwash that you find on the shelf. The second thing that we can do is, if you find that your mouth is really, really dry, speak to your GP. Not all medication that for blood pressure, for example, causes a dry mouth. So if you're finding an increased problem, or you find that every time you go to the dentist, they're like, oh, and you need another hole, and there's another filling, and there's, maybe speak to your GP and see if they can actually change up your medication to something that's not so bad. The next one, drink water. I've already said this, water, water, water. It's your best friend. Keep a jug, keep a bottle of water, keep drinking through the day. It's really, really good to help with lubrication and also to stimulate that saliva flow. The next one, sugar-free lozenges or sugar-free sweets are fine. Do not, and I put a big next to it, mints. Do not use mints. The number of patients that I see that are like, oh, I've just got this pack of Polo mints. Do not do that. You might think it's good for you because it's got a minty taste, but actually a lot of these mints have got sugar in them and really do damage to your teeth. So sugar-free ones, that one, Ricola, that was a popular one with my mother-in-law. That's available from Holland & Barrett. Biotine, again, available over the counter. So sugar-free lozenges or sweets are really good, again, to stimulate that saliva flow. And also sugar-free chewing gum, things like Extra, that's sugar-free. Just look for those words, sugar-free, because that's what we want to be focusing on. Next one. Humidifier for your room. This is actually just useful for our skin, not even just for our mouth and our saliva flow. And the last one. And avoiding things that are not so good for your teeth, but acidic drinks like fizzy drinks, coffee, alcohol. These again can dry out your mouth even further. This is useful actually that I want to talk about. Some of you may have been prescribed a special toothpaste from your dentist called Durafat. And if you haven't, maybe speak to your dentist, because not a lot of dentists do this, and a lot of the time it's because they're rushing through appointments. But this is a medicated toothpaste that you can get from your dentist, and it really, really helps protect against dental cavities. And a lot of my elder patients, particularly those who are prone to dental decay, are on this medicated toothpaste. Over the age of, I can't remember what it is, 60 or 65, prescriptions, NHS prescriptions are free. So this is, if you get your dentist to prescribe this, this is a free toothpaste. So if you find that you have dental holes in your teeth, or you're more prone to dental decay, please, please, please speak to your dentist about this Durafat toothpaste, which they can prescribe for you. And that actually will help you, because it's got more fluoride in, will help against holes developing. I think I'm going to go on to my last topic, one before last, which is oral cancer, a sinister topic, and I'm going to just touch on it briefly. As many of us think we only go to the dentist when we have a problem, please don't do that. Your dentist is really there to have a look, not just at your teeth, not just at your gums, but we're looking at all of this. So if we spot like a funny ulcer or a funny white patch or a red patch in your mouth, if we go to the next slide, Anjali, these are kind of things that the start of oral cancer can look like. So things like ulcers on the lips, white patches in our mouth that don't go away, red patches. These are all things that your dentist is looking at. So if you find that you're at home and there's a patch or a red spot on your lip or something on your tongue that's been there for a bit longer than it should have been, don't be shy. Just go and show your dentist, because it is it's something that we're looking out for and not something that should be ignored. So I'm sorry to kind of focus on that topic, but really, really important that you don't ignore these things. And my last and final slide, because Auntie Roger asked me to just touch on this briefly, is diabetes. Hopefully we're all really well educated on how to control our sugar levels when we're diabetic, but actually what a lot of people are not aware of is being a diabetic makes you 3 times more likely to develop gum problems, and which means you're more likely to lose your teeth. Regular visits of the dentist, excellent oral hygiene. The dentist is not just the place you go to when you have a problem. I can't emphasize this enough. Please, please, please make your dentist your friend. We're all really friendly and helpful, and we want the best for you, particularly if you're diabetic. You are more prone to gum problems, so your brushing and your visits to your dentist and hygienist for cleaning is absolutely paramount if you want to hold on to your teeth in the long term. And that is it, I think. So that concludes the talk. I'm sorry if that went on a bit. If anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them now. If you feel that your question...
Sarita, I'm sorry, but we're running a bit late.
Yes.
And due to technical problems, that's fine. So what I'm going to suggest to everybody is please do put your questions on the chat box or send it to us, and I will make a note of them, and then I will come to you, Sarita, because I know even I had a few questions. But I think just because we've got the magician there and we are already running late. So, but I must take this opportunity to thank you very much. Honestly, it's not only good for our audience, but I think I have learned a lot from here. Especially the way you explained how it is important to kind of choose the right toothbrush, the electrical toothbrush. Thank you for that. Your advice on dentures and how to clean it. It honestly, I just feel that it was so good for our seniors to exactly know these simple things as to how important it is to clean our dentures and how to clean it. Flossing, yes, I hate it. So thank you for that. I'm definitely going to go get that floss toothbrush, the string. That's important. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, we really appreciate you being here with us. And thank you very much for giving us all this advice. It is a lot to take in, but once the center does open up and once we bring the seniors into the center, I would love to invite you there to actually then personally meet all our seniors and explain to them. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And
Any
I will
questions?
message you.
Just let me know and I'll reply to all of them, okay?
So maybe next month what we will do is we'll start off with responding to these questions. And if you can't join us, that's fine. I will take the answers and reply back. And then we will take that. So sorry about that. But thank you.
Okay, enjoy the magic show, everyone.
I think it was very important to listen to you and have that advice. And yes, the question and answers will always be there. So we will come back to you on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anjali, we have Bharat here with us.
So Bharat is here, and I will now add him here. So he's here. So if you wanted to do a little introduction, thank you.
Welcome, Bharatji. Thank you very much for joining us and entertaining us with your magic show. I'm going to keep my introduction brief, but I want to let everybody know that you are a world-renowned professional magician based in London, and you are a member of the Inner Magic Circle and an equity member. You won numerous gold medals, and you do a number of shows. You also have celebrities who have been in touch with you, and you have joined them, shown them your magic shows. A few to mention is Prince Charles, Sir Richard Branson, Madonna, Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan, and of course the James Bond, past and present. You've actually presented your magic shows on BBC One, BBC Two, ZTV, and these are just a few to mention. So without taking much of this time, it is important for our audience to enjoy your magic show. Welcome to Silver Sunday, and thank you for being with us. Over to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. People always talk about magic. They think, what is magic? Anything which is pleasing to the eyes is magic. And whenever we perform, there are the two straight questions people used to ask. They say, if you are a magician, can you make my wife disappear? That is the first question comes always. And the second one, it comes, how do we make money? So I'm going to show you first how I make my money. But when you are making money, if you get greedy, you start losing everything. So I'm going to demonstrate to you one little thing with the 20-pound note. Can you see it all? Can you? Okay, so what I have here,
yes, we can.
Yeah, is a 20-pound note. You can see that nothing in the hand apart from one 20-pound note. See, if you fold the 20-pound note in half like so, and if you fold one like so, and if you fold it in the position like this, and you squeeze it, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. When you squeeze it, you squeeze more, and when you open it, you can virtually see that it changes the color and changes into the 50-pound note. You can virtually see that it changes to the 50-pound note. But when you get greedy, then what happens? You fold it again. You want to make a $100 bill. You go back. When you fold it like so, and when you squeeze it like so, and when you open it, you can virtually see that it changes the color and it changes back to the 20-pound note. And that's why we shouldn't be greedy. You know, you stay there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Now, I'm going to show you one of the effect which I have won a numerous gold medal. So I'm going to show you something. I know everybody must have heard of the person called Uri Geller. Have you heard of a person called Uri Geller?
Yes.
Yes, Uri Geller is a person people believes he has got some extraordinary power of mind to change the formation of the metal. People believes that he has got an extraordinary power of mind for changing the formation of the metal. So what I'm going to create the perfect illusion, which is not possible to believe it. I mean, if I'm working live, somebody would have helped me, but I've got my assistant all the way from Malawi. She is just here for the party. So she's going to help me. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Now what I have here, I have a fork, a metal fork. Okay, real fork. I mean, would you like to point me any one of them? Varsha, point me any one of them, first, second, third, or fourth. This is first, second, third, and fourth.
So can I go for the second, please?
This one? Okay.
Yes,
Now I have got this fork and she's going to use that. Now what happens? She is going to initial that fork front, back, everywhere. Just put your initials on.
Right.
So that's, she has got the initial on. Okay, both sides, can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now if you think I'm going to swap the fork, I'll write down 3-digit number, which Varsha you will suggest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have 9?
Yeah, 9,
0,
0,
7.
7. Now there is no way I would know this number. Do you agree? Can you see that 907?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I can see it.
Yeah. So that is the 907 is the number. So I cannot change the fork anytime. Okay.
That's right.
Now what I have here, if you believe in magic or if you want to achieve something in your life, you got to believe in yourself. It is very important. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So watch very carefully. If I hold the fork like so, I want you to believe this is going to get softer and softer and softer. I want you to believe that way. If you believe in magic, it happens. But definitely, I show you, this is still 907 and that's how she has signed it.
Yeah.
Now, would you like to rub your fingers over there gently? It takes the body heat right inside and starts changing the formation. Would you like to rub it with the other hand? So you can see that it takes the body heat right inside and amazing magic has happened. Watch the fork. Watch, it's bending. It's bending. And you'll never believe that actually.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It is just a bend and it's a solid bend. Okay.
Wow.
Now watch, it works on the concentration of the eye. Just concentrate, concentrate. Watch, 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 watch. And you'll never believe that actually.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay. Now, if I just straighten the fork up, would you like to hold it into your fist? Hold it into your fist. Okay. Not too tight and not too loose. You are going to feel something. You're going to let them know exactly what you are feeling. It's very important. Okay. I'm going to make a little twist like so. Do you see the fork twisting inside your hand?
Yes.
Can you see, Varsha, that fork is twisting inside the hand?
I can't see it from here, but
so from here,
I believe her. Yeah.
Is it twisting?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. But the amazing thing is that you'll never believe that there is a real twist in the hand.
Oh my God.
You can virtually see that.
Yes.
Wow.
Would you like to just undo the twist?
No.
No?
No.
Now, people always believe it is done by the sleeves.
Yeah.
But when it is signed, it is impossible. So watch the magic. Watch, it's bending.
Huh?
It's bending. It's bending. And you'll never believe that the
Oh my
photo
God.
actually works. And that is a souvenir for you.
Oh, thank
Amazing.
you.
If somebody is from there, I would have given them a souvenir.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why this setup thing, audio setting appears in front of me. Okay, because I got rid of it.
Right. Thank you. That was amazing.
Okay. Now, let me show you something. What I have here is a 4 purses. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Okay. So I've got a 4 purses. And I'm going to have 3 people to choose the purse. Randomly, 3 people to choose the purse. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 purses which has got a number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers. Okay. I need somebody to choose any number they want out of 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Uncle Lakshman?
Number two, blue.
Okay, you want to change your mind or you want to stick to number 2, sir?
Number 2, stick to it.
To stay. Okay, now we left over. So yours is number 2. Now we left over with the 1, 3, and 4. Would you like to name any number?
Auntie Nita, would you like to choose one?
Number 4.
Number 4. So number 2 is been taken. Number 4 has been taken. So what we left over with number 1 and number 3. So I want somebody to choose either 1 or 3. And whatever the left over belongs to me. Huh?
I will pick number 3.
So 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So now what I have here is a numbers. You can virtually see that. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 numbers. Okay. So what number did you choose?
Uncle Lakshman?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. So while choosing the number 2, what you have, you hold it with the other hand. You have a red purse, which is this one. Okay. Now this.
But I chose blue one.
Blue, number 2, blue.
No, these numbers has got a colors, whatever the number.
Oh, I see. I have to choose the numbers again.
Okay. So you had a number 2.
Okay.
So number 2 is the red one. Hold this one so they can see it. And if I open this purse, there is something in there which says best of luck next time. Okay, there is a prize to be won. There is nothing inside this purse. Okay, somebody has chosen number 4. Who has chosen number 4?
Auntie Nita?
Number 4.
Number 4 is a blue color. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue purse and I'm going to open it very slowly. So now in there, you can see there is nothing apart from there. It says a born loser. Okay, now we have got 3 and number 1. Who has chosen number 3?
I chose number 3.
Number 3, which is a green purse. Okay, so I'm going to open that purse and it says hard luck. I'm going to show you inside. There is nothing in there. Okay, now if anybody, they had a choice of choosing number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Not choosing number 1, you left me with the yellow purse. Now I'm going to open it very slowly so you see that there is nothing inside. If somebody has chosen a purse, they would have won. And you can see that there is nothing inside there. That's
oh gosh.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now let me show you a card trick, because a card trick is most popular in the world. Okay, but this is a very commercial card trick. Now, as I have got nobody here, I'm just going to make sure you name a card, any card, and I'm going to use this card. Okay, can anybody name a card from there?
Auntie Asha, Uncle Gop, would you like to unmute yourself and pick a card? Yeah, I think Auntie Asha and Uncle Gop are going to. There we are.
Yeah.
You just need to unmute. There we are. Wonderful. Thank you.
Or name a card. Go on. Name any card.
Ace of heart.
Ace of
Heart.
Ace of hearts. Okay, I'm going to pull out the Ace of hearts. Okay, now I'm going to show you the Ace of hearts. That's the one you have chosen.
Yes.
But if I have somebody over here, I would make them sign the card. But as you are not present, what happens? I'm going to write down something which is very special for you. So I cannot have the duplicate of the Ace of hearts anywhere in the whole pack. Do you agree? With the
Yes.
right. Okay. What shall I write here? You tell me.
Asha.
How do you spell that?
A-S-A.
Yeah.
A.
Asha. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now another number. Shall we write one number as well as any number?
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay. So that's Asha, number 7. So I cannot have a duplicate of Ace of Hearts anywhere in the whole pack. All right. Now the magic begins. I'm going to take the card. I'm going to take the card and I'm going to place it somewhere in the middle. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that? Okay. I'm going to just mix them up and I'm going to give them a good. Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, I want you to choose a one card and I'm going to place it into my pocket. You can see that the pocket is totally empty. You know, this is how it looks like when you get married, you know.
Yes.
The other pocket, totally empty. Because this is how it looks like when you get divorced. You know, there is nothing left. Okay. The thing is that I want you to choose a one card, which I'm going to place it into my pocket. Okay. Any card. Can somebody just touch a card? You tell me to stop. Go on.
Ace of club.
No. Just touch a card. Any card. Just tell me to stop.
Oh, touch a card. How do I touch a card?
No, just tell me to stop and then I'll tell you.
Swap.
Stop. Is this one you want? This one, or this one?
Okay,
Good.
that one.
This one?
King, yes.
Okay. This one.
Okay, yes, that one.
You sure you want to change your mind?
No, that particular
Now,
card.
I'm going to place that card into my pocket. Okay. Now, can you believe that? If you've chosen your card, which I placed into my pocket, don't you think so? It's magic.
Yes.
So if I go into the card which you have chosen, you'll never believe that. That is a Ace of Hearts.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I'll do it one more time. Watch very carefully. I'll do it one more time. The card travels from here, right through there, right into the pocket. Watch one more time. Watch. The card goes into the middle of the pack. Did you see that go?
Yeah.
It travels right through there, nothing in my hand. If I go through there, there is a one card. Is that your card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now to find your card this time, I'm going to just mix them up. There's no way I would find the selected card. You'll have to give me 3 chances to find your card. Not 1, not 2, but the 3 chances. From this pack, I need 3 chances. I'll give them a good shuffle. Okay. The first chance, just say stop to me anytime you feel like. Just say stop. When I receive the cards.
Yes. So
here, if I cut the cards, is that your card? Is that your card? This one?
No.
No. That's the first chance. Okay. So that's not your card. That's the first chance. If I go through the pack, I'll find your signed card, but that's cheating. Cheating is not allowed. So I've got 2 more chances. So watch very carefully.
No.
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 There is a one card. Is that your card?
Yes.
And is that your number on it?
Yes, I got it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is that okay now? Or do you want to see one more?
One more, please.
Okay. I'll show you one of the hardest illusion. What I have here inside the bag is one of the hardest puzzle in the whole world. I mean, most of the people knows that, They try to solve it so many times, but it makes it either they get frustrated or they get tired of it. So I'm going to show you what I did in the back. Oops, is a Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, everybody knows about Rubik's Cube, and there is nothing in the bag. Now this Rubik's Cube actually frustrates people so much. All right. To solve the Rubik's Cube, it is a nightmare. If it is mixed up. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
You can virtually see that you just mix them up. It becomes a nightmare.
Yeah.
To solve it with because it has got a 43 quintillion combination and one result. I'm going to place this Rubik's Cube in this bag, okay, and shake it. When you shake it, if I pull it out, you can see that.
Oh, wow.
So, and you can see there is nothing in the bag. Okay, I'll try one more time. Watch very carefully. If I just mix them up.
Mix here.
And now I can show you all the way around that look, it's totally mixed up. Now I want you to watch. If I study the Rubik's Cube, like so, now watch very carefully. If I just move my fingers, you think it is solving. One more time, can you see that it's happening? And you'll never believe that actually the Rubik's Cube is solved. Yeah. And that's what I call magic. Thank you very much for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to actually perform in front of you because you are doing a very good job of looking after the elderly and helping them. So I'm very happy to be part of it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It was really very enjoyable. Really very nice and amazing tricks. Thank you.
Cheers.
God bless you.
Bye.
Well, that brings us to the end of our program. I hope you all enjoyed the session. I think Sarita was amazing. So let's give her a huge round of applause for the lovely advice she's given us all. And we will make a note of all your questions. As I said, I have a few, and if you can then put it on. Oh, Sarita, you're here.
Yes. Hi. Sorry, I was here.
Excellent. We actually have a couple of questions. Do you all mind if we run over a few minutes, people?
No.
Everybody?
Yeah, I'm
Should we ask Sarita the questions now?
Yes, why not?
Please. Okay, excellent. Anjali, do you mind putting the questions forward? Or Sudha?
I can do it. That's fine. There are a few questions. Going to add you back, Sarita. And we have a few questions.
Yep.
But if anybody would like to ask a question that we don't have already, please feel free to raise your hands or just interrupt us in between questions. So thank you, Sarita. But one of the questions we had was how soon after eating sugar should one use a toothbrush?
Okay, so that's a really good question. So yeah, ideally you just want to be brushing your teeth twice a day. So like I said, once in the morning, once in the evening. But if you really like to brush your teeth, the scientific answer is 45 minutes. Because what happens is as soon as you've eaten something with sugar or without, your saliva comes along and it's got all this great stuff in it to actually help repair your teeth. And that takes about 45 minutes for that process to occur. So what you want to be doing is waiting at least 45 minutes and then brushing. But if you just stick to twice daily brushing, to be honest, once in the morning, once in the evening, that's more than sufficient to prevent dental decay from occurring.
Thank you. And one of the other questions we've had is, because we all like sugar, what are there do alternative sweets such as honey or sweeteners cause the same damage to our teeth as sugar does?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So sweeteners does absolutely no damage to your teeth whatsoever. I know there's a lot of stuff in the press about how sweeteners are not necessarily good for other aspects of our health, but from a purely dental point of view, sweeteners will not damage your teeth at all. Honey it's a tricky one. It's a slightly better sugar than obviously like refined white sugar that we put to things, but it's still sweet. So we ask people to be mindful. You can use honey instead of sugar, but it's definitely not like really, really safe, if that makes sense. Better than refined sugar, but still in too much quantity will still has the potential to cause decay. I have 2 coffees a day, and in 2 coffees, I only use sweeteners, if I'm truthful. But I know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the press about it having other health issues, but I exclusively use sweetener to make sure that I don't rot my teeth when I have those coffees.
I think what was really interesting was what you said about the tea, the fact that if you had 1 cup of tea with 3 spoons of sugar, and then was better for you than having 4 cups of tea with half a spoon of sugar. And I think that to me is something that I would never have considered, because I would have thought that, you know, the more sugar that I have in one go, that's going to have the worst impact. So that was very interesting.
That's what, you know, what I was talking about before when somebody asked about brushing and eating. The saliva is really, really good at protecting our teeth. So you want to give your saliva a chance to do something. If you're just constantly bombarding your mouth and snacking and a tea and then a biscuit and then another snack and then another one, you'll probably be healthier, but actually from a dental point of view, it's not so good. You want to try and give your mouth a break. And allow that saliva to really go in. And that's why I also said about the sugar-free chewing gum, the sugar-free mints. Again, trying to stimulate that saliva flow is really, really important, because it's got so many beneficial things in it that helps give protection to holes developing.
And you mentioned for the dry mouth, somebody's asked, is sugar-free chewing gum okay for?
Yes.
Does that help?
Absolutely. And I will have a pack of chewing gum with me most times when I'm out. Chewing that gum is really good for your teeth. It's not just a breath freshener. It actually is helping stimulate that saliva flow. The more saliva there is, the healthier your teeth are going to be. So yeah, sugar-free gum, I think we have extra or something. You just buy a big pack. Really good for your teeth.
That's really good. That's why they have the car packets. So everyone get a car packet of extra.
Exactly. That's it. Exactly that.
We're getting no sponsorship. We just want to help your teeth.
Exactly. We're just promoting sugar-free gum all the way.
Absolutely. So that was all the questions that we had on the chat. Is there anybody who is online now who would like to ask a question? Oh yes, so we have.
Sorry, I did put in the chat, probably you didn't get it.
Sorry.
Is it safe to go to see hygienists in current situation of pandemic going on? You know, are they very careful? How do they go about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. And I sort of highlighted on it before when I was talking. Even pre-COVID, dental practices are used to cleaning surgeries, because you've got to remember, we come really close to people's mouths, and we're used to dealing with people, for example, that have a whole host of infectious diseases. So we are really, really, really well trained in how to clean the surgery. All instruments are disinfected. Every single dental practice in the UK would have had what they call a CQC inspection, a Care Quality Commission inspection, to make sure that they are up to scratch and that everything is ultimately safe. And by the way, if you ever wanted to check a CQC report, every dental practice has one, so you can actually go on their website and check it. But in terms of COVID and COVID-19, yes, going to the dentist is slightly different. We are all allowing much longer between appointments to clean the room, to disinfect the room. And when you go to see a hygienist and they use that water spray, we actually now need to leave the room empty after we've used the water spray in someone's mouth for between 10 to 30 minutes, depending on what ventilation system we have, just to air the room out completely. Then we clean it, and then we call the next patient in. So, you know, we're operating under very, very strict guidelines at the moment to make sure it's really safe for everyone.
So hygienist and patient coming, you know, very close to each other, it doesn't make any difference, you know, because they might be wearing masks, but the patient that doesn't wear mask, you know. So is it safe to do?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember, so most of the dental team have now also had their vaccination. A lot of us, including myself, are now on their 3rd vaccine. So the chances of us having COVID is pretty slim. We're also mandatory testing ourselves twice a week against COVID as well. If we look at the actual stats in the dental profession, the number of dental practitioners and their nurses and hygienists that actually have COVID or have caught COVID is actually really, really, really small. And I put that all down to the enhanced level of PPE that we're all wearing. So in terms of your dental professional having COVID, the chances are pretty slim because we're doing a lot to mitigate that risk. And I know you guys don't have the mask, but hopefully a lot of you are now sort of double vaccinated and hopefully on your way to a third booster as well. So I kind of want to reassure you that these are very safe places to be. And we have very strict guidelines from the UK government as to how many people we can have in the practice at any one time, what materials we have to use to clean it, how much we have to leave the room empty. So they are safe places to be. So don't be discouraged. I would encourage you, if you've had your 2 vaccines now, go and see a dentist because your teeth will thank you. your teeth will thank you in the long run, because this has been going on, COVID has been going on now for what, 19 months, and we can't stay away from our dentist or our hygienist forever. So I fully understood when people were not vaccinated that they were a bit reluctant, but now that we're sort of rolling out that vaccination scheme, your dental team are vaccinated, you're hopefully vaccinated. We've also got all that cleaning going on. We've hopefully mitigated the risk as much as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr.
There's just one last question. There's just one last question. Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have put the question actually on the chat box, but it's not been seen or anyway. I have a question. You suggested that there are toothpicks, soft toothpicks, which can be used in between the teeth to, take out any. But how about the interdental brushes, with the different colors, with the different depth? Are they okay to use?
Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. The reason I didn't touch on the interdental brushes today was time, but also because you've just got to make sure you're using the right size for the gap. But if you're using interdental brushes, even better. The one that I showed earlier, these rubber ones, I showed them more because I wanted people to use this instead of toothpicks or cocktail sticks or whatever they use. But if your dentist or hygienist has shown you how to use those those interdental brushes, those are amazing. Those are, your teeth will thank you even more. We love those. They're fantastic. So yeah, that's even better.
Thank you so much.
Right. Well, that brings us to the end of all the questions. And once again, Sarita, I thank you very much. Honestly, it's really been very enlightening to have all this advice from you, and given us the confidence that yes, we can go back to our dentist and get our teeth looked at, and so thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure to have you with us.
Welcome.
Thank you. Right, that brings us to the end of our program. Thank you very much. Just to let you all know that the next Silver Sunday is going to be on the 14th of November. Once again, we will communicate that through our WhatsApp messages and our email circulation list. So you will be informed of that. And I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you very much. And Dala Sham to everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.